Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Schwaadeheim. There has been a whole lot going on since the last time I saw you guys. So let's head over to the farm and check it out. So I was in a cafe and I was talking to a guy and his brother, and the guy explained to me that he had a bunch of fields, like 4 fields that he needed to harvest, but he had no cash and no harvester. And I mentioned that I had just bought a harvester and that it was available. And the guy's brother, who owns a an asphalt company, a paving company, said that if I had anything to asphalt, that he would be happy to do that in exchange for the use of the harvester. So I took him up on the offer. We got all of our nice level pad here covered in asphalt, simply for letting a man use our harvester for a couple of days. So it worked out really well. We got everything asphalted. We are ready to put down productions and animal sheds and anything else that we might need right here on our own little pad. So that worked out really, really well. Also, before I returned the wood chipper, fortunately, I realized that this area over here that was formerly covered in trees was ours. I didn't realize I owned all of this. So I cleared all the trees off of it, and I'm going to lease a plow, and we're going to increase the size of this field and connect it to this field and plant it all in grass. So I think that's probably the best way. The only thing I didn't do was cut down this tree, which I kind of need to do in order to be able to mow it well, but I'm not going to lease the chipper again just for one tree. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that by other means. But yeah, so today we're going to plow this field. We're going to plant it in grass. And then I've decided that these fields over here, I'm going to join together. You can see on the mini map down there, 78 and 77. Actually, no, I'm going to leave 78 here. We're going to plant this in barley. We're going to join 78 with 76 and 75. 75 is ready to harvest. It's got sorghum in it, so we're going to harvest that today. This won't be ready until next time, but we're going to plant all of this in barley. And since we have such a large grass field down there now, I think we're also going to plant this in barley, because we're going to need some chicken soon. But for right now, I'm going to focus on leasing a plow, and we're going to get that field across the street ready to go. So considering the size of our tractor and the amount of money that we currently have, leasing a plow is kind of between these two. This one is the obvious choice, 180 horsepower. Our tractor is 210, the John Deere, which is what we're going to use. So this will work perfectly. Now, this one would also work perfectly, even though we could get the 9-meter here, and the horsepower requirement would be 320 horsepower, which we don't have. But this one is a little bit cheaty. If you turn this one around, you can hook up to it from the backside. And when you hook up to it from the backside, horsepower is not a consideration. It will still plow no matter what size tractor you've got it hooked up to. But like I said, these are small fields, and that's a little bit more cheaty than I want to go right now. So we're going to go with the Lizard 6M. Keep it in the same color because we're just going to lease it. $400. Not a big deal for the extra time it's going to take us, which is not that much because it's not a very large piece of area to be plowed. So we're going to go ahead and lease that. There we are. Where's my plow? There it is. This one, there's only one way to hook up to it. So you have to have the right size tractor, which we do. All right, so we're going to need to use a little bit of finesse as we do this. We're going to connect them right here. And I'm going to lose a little bit of grass here, but I'm not too concerned about that. We are going to allow create fields. All right, that's connected there. Now this is a little bit more tricky. Actually, it's not. We're going to go ahead from this side. All right, we've got that connected there. I'm going to come around to this end, because I'd like to keep the same distance from the wall all the way down. We will have workers doing this at some point, so we want to make sure that they don't get too confused. We're going to go right to the end of the wall here. Very good. Now we're going to go straight off from this. And since that was almost exactly 360 degrees, this should be 270-ish. That's close. And then I'm just going to freestyle this over to here. All right, now all we have to do is plow out the middle. And the weeds are taking over, so we are going to have to address that when we get some money. All right, I think we probably, just by looking, we probably increased the size of this field right here by about 40%. So we've really increased our grass production there by quite a bit. I'm going to hang on to this plow for a while. It doesn't cost that much to keep it for right now, and we are going to use it again in a couple of months. I think it would probably cost more to return it and then lease it again, even though it's only $400. We're just going to hang on to it. All right, next order of business. We need to plant what we just plowed. So if you download the multi-crop greenhouses pack, which by the way is a pretty darn good greenhouse in its own right, you will also get access to all of these big bags of products. You can get lime, road salt, seeds, stones. It's all part of that multi-crop greenhouses pack. I love it for the seeds. For $2,700, you get 4,000 liters of seeds. It's not dramatically cheaper than it would be if you bought the bags that are 1,000 liters, but it is quite a good discount. So we're going to buy one of those because I don't think we're going to need more than one. Oh, and I just switched it to two. So we're buying one. And we're also going to buy some fertilizer. We're going to buy that in pallets that come from the farm supply pack. This is also a really good mod. It's a little bit cheatier than the other mod. All of these pallets are $1,000 for 5,000 liters, which is quite a bit cheaper than you could get it anywhere else. But we're going to go ahead and use it. Saves us some money, so things are not quite as difficult. All right, we're locked and loaded. We've got our seeder set to grass. So I'm going to do a headland, and then I'm going to turn a worker loose on this. I think we've got enough money right now where I can pay a worker. We're going to make a bunch of money in a few months. So I'm not worried about spending all we have down right now. We've got one little bit over here that we didn't get. Well, I just looked and we have run through all of the straw that we put in our silage fermenter. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that and sell it now. The best price would be in January. However, it's not by much. If we look, we can get another 68 bucks per 1,000 liters if we sell it. So we're looking at about $4,000, less than 5,000. So I'm going to go ahead and sell that now, because when I do, we'll be able to afford some chickens. And as soon as we harvest that sorghum, I'll have some chicken feed. So we'll be able to get some chickens and start our egg production. And I think that's a good use of our silage money. So where are we going? We are going to best prices at the BGA Biomass Energy Schwaadeheim. So we're going to go ahead and tag that. I think I know where it is, but I think it's very close, actually. I think it's right over there. All right, 37,896. Pretty good profit just for putting straw in a silo. So I'll leave the trailer and this tractor out. I don't think we're going to need it for this field, but you never know. I think we're going to get this entire field into one tank. And if you're wondering about the straw, I have a mod that produces straw. Actually, I have several mods that will allow me to get straw from pretty much everything. I get straw from sorghum, canola, soybeans, sunflowers, corn. Everything gets straw. And it's a little bit cheaty because I found that when I run two mods simultaneously, I believe it's the extended straw plus the straw from maize. I believe I get way more straw than I should. Corn and sunflowers tend to produce giant mounds of straw. On some maps, and I think it's map dependent, I get straw piles that are so large the harvester will get stuck on its own straw swath. I was on Vierfelden and harvested sunflowers in one of those fields and got about 10 million liters of straw. It was pretty ridiculous. And again, playing without cheats is fun, but it takes a great deal of time. If you are patient and you love a game that lasts for literally months, and I'm talking months of real time, if that's what you want to do, if you want to spend that many hours building one farm on a single map, I admire the heck out of you because you have far more patience and dedication than I have. That is not the way my brain works. In real life, I can be very patient. In a game, I am not nearly so patient. I guess games for me are a little more about instant gratification. So we got 3,500-ish liters of sorghum. which is not really going to be very much to feed a lot of chickens. We're going to put some chickens in, but I have a feeling that we're going to have to buy some food at some point. There are a number of chicken pens, lots of different mods you can choose from. This is a very good mod. If you are doing small farm, $9,000 for 360 chickens, you can't do a lot better than that. Also, it's in a very compact package that's really easy to place on any farm. It would actually fit really well on our farm. So I think, given our current situation on this map, I think we're going to go with the Bavarian for 360 chickens. That seems like the right amount of chickens for us at this time on this map. So I'm going to place that, and I think we can afford to fill it up at this point in time. All right. We have a chicken pen. I want to go look at the backside of it, make sure we're not sticking out in the road, making sure we didn't do anything funky to the road. Nope, that placed very well. We got it right up next to this tree, which is very nice. I like it. It looks good. So let's put some chickens in it. Now on this map, we get a choice of lots of different varieties of chicken. It looks like we cannot buy fully grown chickens. I did not know that was the case on this map. So it may be a while before we produce very many eggs, and hopefully they will not eat quite as much because they're babies. So we're going to go ahead and fill that up for $2,520. Not bad. There we go. Took a little bit to find the place to dump it. And I have no idea what percentage of the pen that has filled up. Let's take a look. All right, it's a little less than half full. But that should be fine for now. Well, I'm going to get this straw picked up, but I think this is a good place to wrap up this episode. Next time we'll be harvesting our corn there and joining these two fields together. So we've made good progress, but there's a lot left to do. If you like this video, I sure would appreciate a thumbs up or a subscription. If you did not like this video, please post a comment and tell me why. Either way, thanks so much for being here. I'll see you next time.